Well, in a jet ski accident, you have, first of all, what happens is people rent jet skis, and they rent them sometimes to just you or to a group of people. And what happens is you may not know the other people who are riding along with you. And the other person who has just rented the same jet ski maybe has no idea how to operate the jet ski. And so one of the things we investigate is to see, did the rental company provide you the training and the supervision that you need? Most people get on a jet ski, it's the first time they've ever done it before. And so one of the things we also look at is whether you've signed what we call a waiver or a release. And waiver and release documents are very complicated legal documents. Part of what you are paying the renter for is the supervision and the training to learn how to use a jet ski. But very often what happens is the person who is supposed to be supervising you, they just give you a very quick summary of what you're supposed to know, if that. And so then a person goes out and there'll be a group of jet skis riding together, and unfortunately one person's riding along and not even aware of the fact that the other jet ski is coming from the side, and you have nearly the same thing or a similar type collision to what you see in a vehicle. And so a person ends up with a side impact collision on a jet ski, or God forbid head-on collision with another jet ski. And in these cases, obviously you have very, very serious injuries, including orthopedic injuries, spinal cord injuries, brain injuries, and even death. In terms of boating accidents, what we talk about or what we look for are, why is the boat that you're in, what happened? How did your boat either collide with an object such as a bridge, shallow water, or something with rocks, for example, another boat? And so obviously there's a responsibility on the part of the person who owns and a separate responsibility on the person who's driving the boat that we look for to try to figure out whether the boat owner should have done something differently that he or she didn't do, or whether the person driving the boat, for example, maybe the driver of the boat was consuming alcohol. And Florida, just like many other states, outlaw the use of alcohol with boats. But what we see many times is people get very seriously hurt because people go out on their boats and they decide it's not a place that they need to be as safe because they think that the ocean, a lake, is a different environment than the road, and it's obviously just as dangerous.